designer living in South Korea. So I wanted to make this video because I wanted to share my accepted Emily Carr portfolio. A few people were asking. I know going through the submission process is a lot of pressure. What do I want to put in there? What is going to showcase my skills best? I attended Emily Carr from 2015 to 2019, so this is a portfolio from 9 years ago. I took a look at the website and I see that the application process hasn't really changed that much. I think that they still have almost the exact same requirements. I went into the deep recesses of my brain to find my login from 2015. It really wasn't that hard. I just had to reset my password and logged into my SlideShare account, so I actually have all of the original files that I submitted to share with you guys. And I have my essays. Oh, the joy of essay writing for university applications, how I do not miss being a high school graduate. So this video is for people who are looking to apply to Emily Carr University or to any sort of art school. I think I used almost the exact same portfolio to apply to UBC's art program as well, and I was accepted to that. So if you would like to know the best type of material and what Emily Carr is looking for in their students, then continue watching this video, and I hope that it helps. The first thing I want to take a look at are the Emily Carr application requirements, and basically I think what they're looking for is a student that is really diverse and flexible, and I don't think that they are looking for somebody with a super polished and amazing portfolio. They're just, gifted artists that came out of womb with a paintbrush and pen or whatever, Wacom tablet and just, Vincent Van Goghing it. What I think they're looking for, what I know they're looking for, is potential. So your stuff doesn't have to be crème de la crème. It doesn't have to be the best of the best, but it should be able to showcase that you have the potential for growth and depth as an artist, that you really care about what you're doing. So I'm taking a look at the Emily Carr application requirements. I'm going to put the link to this in the description box below. And it looks like, aside from a few minor details, that the process is nearly the same. So for example, it says here there's 4 parts to the Emily Carr portfolio. First, you need examples of creative practice, which means 10 to 20 pieces that you have to showcase. Second, your process documentation. You have to take photos of you making something essentially and explain your process. They have the studio assignment, which is when they give you a prompt and you have to create something based off of that prompt. And the 4th part, which is the writing, which is where they give you another prompt and you have to do a writing for that as well. So actually all of this stuff that they make you do is echoed in a lot of their teachings at Emily Carr. When I was in Emily Carr, I had to document so much of my process. I had to explain so much of my process books. You have to do a lot of process books. At the end of every single project, you have to make a book that explains all of your thoughts and all of your process from step 1 to completion. So they want to see that you're capable of completing even just a little portion of this. Part 3, studio assignment. So with studio assignment, some of the things they have: 3 original images. Tell us a story that relates to creative aspects of yourself. Create a portrait of someone you know. It can be in any medium and be representational or abstract or symbolic. These are not too dissimilar from some of the prompts that they give you in class. So again, all they want to know is, does this person have the potential to be able to do something like this while they're attending Emily Carr? So this was the portfolio that I submitted to get accepted into the communications design program. But with the portfolio process, you can showcase any media format of designs and get accepted into the program of your choice. So for example, if I was somebody who was intending on applying to the interaction design program, then I could get accepted with a traditional paint and media portfolio. The art and the medium that you submit doesn't have to match the major that you want to be accepted into. So drum roll please. Now we're gonna get into my accepted portfolio. Before making this video, I did a little bit of research and sleuthing, and I looked at recent year accepted students' portfolios, and oh my god, these kids, man. It's like these kids just eat, sleep, and breathe art. Like, I gotta admit, I don't know if I would have been accepted into Emily Carr if I applied with the portfolio that I did today. You guys are so talented and you work so hard. Yeah. Okay, so we have the first portion, which is written response. So I'm going to read out my prompt as well as my answer. So we have number 1. In addition to your interest in art and or design, tell us what matters to you and why. What do you care about? What are you curious about? What are you passionate about? Your written response should not exceed 500 words. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that I use this for my UBC application as well. Like I just recycled it basically and changed the words around a little bit. The uncertainty of what to do with my life has plagued my mind since I first began to have an education. In kindergarten. Oh my god, in kindergarten. I dreaded the popular question asked by curious teachers and parents. What do you want to be when you grow up? Kindergarten. I wanted to be a singing model actress. At 5, I had no answer, and at 17, only a vague answer. Oh my god, girl, she was so young. On my quest to find a passion that would last a lifetime, I've picked up many hobbies. As of right now, my passions consist of music, drawing, painting, reading, and writing. Oh my god, I was so talented. When I was a child, my cousin would frequently come over and create art with me. This is true. At the time, she was the best artist that I knew. I'd marvel at how smooth and stable all of her artwork looked in comparison to the shaky, misshapen figures my small, stubby hands created. I aspired to become a better artist, and my interest in the arts snowballed from there. I first began to draw with the assistance and support of my loving mother, who would surprise me with instructional drawing books and art material, which I graciously and voraciously consumed. I then picked up painting with acrylics, oils, and anything else I could get my hands on. I made artwork like it was a necessity prioritized next to oxygen and food. My main motivator, which has lasted through the years of adolescence and will continue to last long into adulthood, is the rewarding process of creating and being able to express my feelings and thoughts in a medium other than the spoken word. My passion for art has been supported and encouraged by many influential role models in my life as a way to show my gratitude towards all those in my community and family who have supported my choices to pursue my passions and provided me with insight and limitless opportunities. I've decided to use my artistic talents to give back to my community. Without their encouragement, I wouldn't have been able to volunteer to create the downtown mural. Okay, this is when I start bragging. Job shadow at the Kelowna Art Gallery, or receive both the Arts and English awards. My hopes while attending Emily Carr University are to pursue a degree in design so that I can tend the needs of the people, as well as having a passion for visual art. I'm also passionate about creating and reading literature. When I was young, I stayed up well past all of my bedtimes, hiding under the covers with a flashlight and binge reading novels until sunlight shone through my duvets. My love for reading books has also translated into my love for writing anything, including poems, stories, essays, and songs. The creation of my literature. I called my writings literature. Is not only motivated by my love for reading, but also for the same reason I'm passionate about art, the freedom of personal expression. Although I figured out what I want to do with my life, my quest for finding more things I'm passionate about is a never-ending one. Okay, so I know reading this is a little bit funny right now, but I remember when I was writing it, I did a lot of research into the types of things that university admissions officers are looking for when they are reading text like this. You don't just want to half-heartedly throw something together and then submit it. This was something that I wrote over the span of a few weeks and then had my counselor, my guidance counselor look it over, put in things that they think admissions officers would be looking for. Like, just because it's an art school, it doesn't mean that it's easier to get into. If we really break down this essay, it's not just about what matters to me and why, not a simple answer of I really like design because I really like design. This whole chunk here where I talk about I want to give back to my community, and without these people's encouragement, I wouldn't have been able to create a downtown mural, job shadow at an art gallery, receive the Arts and English Awards. It sounds like I'm just bragging, maybe it looks like it's a little bit out of place, but this is exactly the kind of stuff that administrators are looking for. So if you have any experience at all, and even if you don't think that it is that valuable or that relevant, you should put it in there anyways. These things that I did were such small parts of my life. When I painted a mural, which sounds impressive, it was when I was like 14 years old and I only did it for one day. But they don't need to know that. They don't need to know that it was only one day. Anything that provides proof that you are capable of doing something like this, making a career out of it, that you have dedication and you have drive, put it in there. Don't worry about whether you sound conceited or not. You should sound conceited. You are good. There you go. Believe in yourself. It's okay. Another thing that I remember is you should always start with a problem and never leave that problem unsolved. It's always about what hardships did you overcome. Okay? You have to overcome something. For me, I didn't know what I wanted to do since kindergarten, but I overcame it by doing art and turned a bad experience into a great one because I was Emily Carr material. So this is the meat of the application, the portfolio. This is where you get to showcase all of your skills. Doesn't matter what program you want to go into, you can use any sort of medium that you want. For example, if you want to go into the film program, you can totally submit a traditional media and arts application. I wanted to go into design and I didn't produce a single digital work. All of my stuff is traditional media, painting, drawing, oil pastels, pencil drawings. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at my portfolio pieces first, and then afterwards I want to talk about the big projects that you have to create specifically for the application. So this is an overview of all of my work. So I have 5, 10, 14 works in total, 13 works in total. Okay, and this is all of my process. So the first one is this one. Okay, so actually in real life this is huge. It's like this big. My parents have it hanging in their house right now. I think all of this stuff my parents put up on the walls, and so now every time I visit them I just see all of my work from 9-10 years ago, and it's so cringy. So I made this one with acrylic paint. I think at the time it was a combination of 2 or 3 different artists' famous work. So this one is oil pastel, and I made this for another school project in which we had to recreate a page from a magazine of oil pastel, so I picked this photograph. So this one I also made in high school. This is pencil crayon, and it was an interpretation of The Kiss. And I think this one was watercolor. It just came from my brain. Ooh. This one is pencil. I think I just made this when I was bored. I really was into psychedelic things back then. Yeah. Interesting phase of my life. This also more psychedelic stuff. Okay, Beatles. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot. Made with just Trend Pen. I really loved Trend Pen at the time. Oh my god, I miss Trend Pen. This one I made with chalk pastels and pencil crayons. And I really liked making sunflowers, so I made another one with some silver paint that my teacher graciously offered. The proportions, man, just acrylic. I actually gave this one to my friend, and I shouldn't have, because he turned out to be an evil person. Again, really psychedelic. Oh, and then here we have the Kelowna Art Gallery mural. So If you have a project like this that you have completed with, a group of people, feel free to put that in there too. I think it's really impressive when something like that happens. Back then, we had 3 prompts. First one was engage. Create work that visually describes, comments, or interprets how you engage with your community right now. 2, transform, which is to produce a work that shows a process of transformation, which is the one that I did. Or we have 3, invent, which is to address a problem through innovation or invention. I picked transform and I did my process part of this here too. Again, maybe the process has changed, but I decided to make a trend pen, classic. I love trend pen. Different cores of the earth representing different stages of humanity. So on the outside we have, nuclear power plants, we got churches, we have airplanes and Ferris wheels and a city skyline. The second layer is, there is ruin. Maybe we are maybe we are 10 years into the future and society has crumbled. So now we have a bunch of buildings in the background that are crumbling, broken, smoke and dust is coming out of them. People have not lived there for a while. And then we have nature coming back again, That's the third part. Nature is here, nature is there, it's a little bit groovy, a little bit psychedelic, and guess what? It is taking back our planet, boys and girls. And this was a project where I took 1/4 and then I photocopied it and then I colored it in with pencil crayons, so at the end it looked like this. So this was the last part of my application. I also had to write a text, so I will read that out to you as well. You have to write a small write-up of your intent for the project and explaining what stuff means. So for mine, I put finished product, transformation project. My intent for this project was to showcase the transformation of civilization and the Earth's cycles through portraying past, present, and future, beginning from the middle out. The earth at the core is covered in tree roots, the original state of the world. The first layer has earthy tones as well as vegetation to show the past or original condition of the earth. The ring of buildings and man-made objects ranging from city buildings to guns to religion to planes, cars, wars represents the state in which we've currently transformed to, society. Beyond that layer lies the ruins of a once stable civilization. The future. The final ring, which is not too obvious of a ring, but more of a subtle background ring, is the tree branches with sprouting leaves and more earth tones, completing the circle of life and symbolizing a new era. The new beginning of a natural civilization only coming to place after the end of the rule of man. Anyways, I really hope that this video has helped you. I know when I was looking to apply, I looked at so many videos, I googled so many things, I wanted to see so many people's examples. Just make things that you are really proud of, get a lot of feedback from other people, ask your teachers, ask your peers, make a lot of stuff. If you're a student, you probably have the time to, you can do it. We are so lucky to be living in this age of information where everything is so easily accessible at the tip of our fingertips. If you don't know how to do anything, you can just look it up, you can Google it, type in 3 words on YouTube and poof, solution comes up, tutorial comes up, you can figure out how to build a home from scratch on the internet. So just keep at it, keep practicing, you can do it. If you had made it this far in the video, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be releasing a lot of graphic design content, so please stay tuned and see you later.